Welcome to GDs, and this is Snowfall, Season 5. Season starts with Franklin flying his own plane as the business is booming. He has Dallas and Black Diamond working as his security, while his girlfriend, Veronique, a lawyer by profession, is managing his real estate side of the business, and they have come a long way. Franklin visits Grady, the man who replaced Teddy. Grady is living the life and has even invested in Franklin's legitimate businesses. Franklin is able to negotiate a price cut from him against buying large shipments. We also get to see Leon running the project, Jerome and Louie enjoying being independent, and Wanda trying to get back on her feet, and Franklin has given her his mom's house to stay, while Rob, supplying in the valley, has started using. In one of his party, things go out of control, which ended in one of his friends shooting another. With a white boy being shot, Franklin knows he has to get things in control. He gets Rob to stay at his mom's house, and seeing him being on coke, he wants him to get clean. He later goes with him and Peaches to take care of the shooter. It is when Franklin learns that Rob told his friend about the CIA being their suppliers. Rob shoots and kills his friend. As they go to take care of his body, Franklin, knowing that Rob gave out too much information, and seeing him hooked on the rock, he eliminates him. He lets everyone know that he cannot have anyone working for him, being addicted, as it may jeopardize him. We also learn that Veronique is pregnant. In addition, they are trying to make a bid for a high-profile real estate project. But for getting it done, they will need a lot of investment. Thus Franklin wants Jerome and Louie to also pitch in. They listen to his proposal, and Louie tells him that they will think about it. Louie is running the business her way. She even has Buckley, a detective in the crash unit of the police, on her payroll, though he is a bit over the top. He wants Louie to give up someone, as he needs to make an arrest. We also get to see Teddy as he looks into Grady. We learn that 11 months ago, he approached Havemeyer and informed him that he took a break and rested to recover from his spiral. He also tells him that now being independent and knowing about a hostage situation in Tehran, he is in a great position to help out the agency for getting it resolved. Havemeyer is a bit apprehensive. Teddy lets him know that he is ready, and we learn that during his break, he got to know that Julia has also moved on. Havemeyer, knowing that they have no play as of now, gives him a go-ahead. Teddy gets the situation resolved, with some help from Avi. Being back in the good books of the agency, he goes back to them again, and lets them know that he learned from his sources that the flow of supply is slowed down in Nicaragua. He asks Havemeyer to allow him to look into it, as no one knows the operation in Los Angeles better than him. Havemeyer, knowing this to be true, gives him a go-ahead. And this is what he was doing when he was looking into Grady. He goes back to Havemeyer and shares with him that Grady is skimming the money he is getting from the operation. In addition, he has also grown close to the asset and has invested in his legitimate businesses. He convinces Havemeyer to allow him to be back in the game, letting him know that he is no longer tied to the agency and is independent, thereby giving them deniability. Havemeyer, knowing that there has been no noise about the operation after the article from Irene, allows him to be back. Teddy first goes to Gustavo. He tells him that he will be replacing Grady and wants to know if he can still trust him. Gustavo tells him that he has no issues, and also warns him that Grady won't go out easily. In addition, we also learn that he never went after Lucia, as he felt like a family, being with the kids, and Xiomara. Teddy goes to Grady and tells him that he needs to move out, but Grady is not willing to do so. Thus Teddy takes care of him. He then goes to Franklin. Franklin is surprised to see him. He tells him that he will be replacing Grady, and he is hoping that they can do business as before. Franklin knows that he has no choice in the matter, agrees to do so, while Teddy refuses to do any price cut. As Franklin goes for their first exchange, after Teddy being back, he finds that Teddy was not there for the exchange, and Franklin felt that they are being watched. Later he returns back, and is able to confirm his suspicion. Franklin later meets with Teddy, and asks him if he knows what happened to his father. Teddy denies having any knowledge of what happened to his father. He also lets him know that it is his fault that he feels prices are high, as he is the one who became a middleman in his own organization. Franklin lets Louie know that the prices won't be reduced. Louie wants him to connect her with Teddy, so that she can try to negotiate. Franklin refuses, and tells her that it was her decision to go independent, so now she has to manage it. With prices not being reduced, they are not able to reduce it further. Scully, being one of their buyers, is not happy with the same, as they promised him a reduced price. Seeing him in his crazy phase, Louie agrees to reduce the prices. She later uses Dallas and Black Diamond to make Scully's second-in-command, Mello, push for a change in leadership. They are successful in doing so, and Mello approaches them and asks them to take care of Scully. And he lets them know that once he is gone, they will buy the products from them at the higher rate. But Louie and Jerome, having a relationship with Scully, expose Mello, thereby gaining more trust with Scully, and are able to keep the prices as they were. Franklin, seeing Teddy back, is not sure what it means. He tells Veronique the same, and we learn that Veronique knows about all the aspects of Franklin's business. Meanwhile, the projects are raided by the cops, with Buckley leading the charge. The police got quite aggressive during the raid, unleashing dogs and breaking doors. Franklin and Veronique are able to get everyone out. Louie is not happy with Buckley, but he lets her know that he needed to show some arrest. And neither Leon or Jerome were touched in the raids. Leon, not happy about the use of force on his people, goes to Avi, and he wants him to provide him heavy weapons, as he plans to make a stand. Sissy returns back, and she reunites with her son. She lets him know that after hearing about Veronique's pregnancy, she couldn't stay back, and she wanted to be there. Later, Franklin arranges for a family get-together. Louie, being upset, doesn't feel like going, but Jerome is able to convince her to come for him. While Leon is not willing to celebrate, after seeing his people being hurt. At the dinner, Sissy could feel the tension between Franklin and Louie. She also learns about Teddy being back. She lets everyone know that despite what Teddy might say, she knows it was him who killed Alton. Sissy later goes to see Leon, and seeing him heading towards a path of violence, in order to make a stand, helps him see that it will only cause more problems for his people, and there are other ways of protesting. Sissy later meets with Reuben, and we learn that Sissy is working with someone, as they assured her that they will eliminate Teddy. But in order to do so, they want her to bug Franklin's office. Sissy lets them know that she agreed to help them to go after Teddy, but she won't be spying on her son. Veronique gets the news that they have won the bid they put down for the project in the city, and they now need to make the rest of the payment. They go to Louie to ask her to transfer her share, but Louie denies, letting them know that she told him that they will think about it, but never agreed to do so. Franklin is quite angry with her, but Veronique calms him down. She tells him that they can ask Sissy to talk to them, and maybe they might listen to her. Franklin and Teddy meet up for the exchange. As they get on with the business, they are ambushed. Teddy gets hit, but he is able to drive away, leaving Gustavo behind. Franklin and Gustavo are also able to make their way out. But with their car being damaged, they have to move on foot. Being in a gang territory, and having $3 million in cash, they know that they are not safe on the streets. Franklin pages Leon, Jerome, and Louie for help. Louie and Jerome were sitting down with Sissy and Veronique, talking about the investment, when they received the page. While Leon was away, and was not able to see the page, Jerome is able to get to a payphone. He calls Franklin, and learns from him that they were ambushed. But before they could leave, they are also ambushed. Though no one got hurt, but they got stuck, and couldn't leave immediately. Franklin and Gustavo are surrounded by the local gang, and they want them to hand over their bags. Franklin and Gustavo, being out of bullets, make a run for it, and they hide for the time being. Meanwhile, Leon goes to Avi, but after talking with Sissy, he decided not to buy heavy weapons. And as they were talking, they are also ambushed. Franklin and Gustavo decide to get out and break into a home, so that they could make a call, in order to get out of the neighborhood. As they break into a house, they find that it belonged to a crazy old hunter, who drugs them. As they wake up, they find themselves in a cage, next to a tiger. The old man was going to feed them to the tiger. But Gustavo is able to knock the old man, and the tiger bites off his leg. This also results in them getting the keys, and they are able to get out. But being out, they are caught by the gang. They tie both of them down, and they want them to give up the money. While Leon, Jerome, and Louie come together and try to figure out who might be coming after them. Not knowing the same, Jerome and Leon head out to find Franklin. Sissy and Veronique also get to know each other, and Sissy learns from her that her mother is a con woman, and when she was young, she traveled with her mother around the world, and she was involved in many cons with her. Franklin finally agrees to give up the location of the money, and he takes them to the old man's house. There, he is able to get away, with some assistance from the tiger. He calls Leon and Jerome, and they go to get Gustavo. Gustavo lets him know that he never trusted him, and was sure that he is not coming back. Franklin shares with him that he also stopped trusting him after Teddy recorded them on their first exchange. But Franklin learns that Gustavo was not aware of the same. Sissy, getting to know that Franklin is safe, tells Veronique that she needs to think of the baby, as in this business, they will never truly be safe. On the other hand, we see Teddy breaking into a house. We later find that the house belonged to Parissa, an Iranian surgeon, whom Teddy got out during his time in Tehran. He asks her for help, and lets her know that he cannot go to the hospital. Parissa helps him get better, and tells him that she always fancied him, but could never act on it in Tehran, as she knew he was seeing Julia back then. Franklin, returning back, and in order to figure out who might have hit them, goes to check on his cash storage. But it turns out that it's all gone, and apart from him, only Peaches knew about it. Jerome, knowing Peaches since his army days, is not convinced that he is the one behind the hit. As Franklin returns home, he finds out that Veronique, not feeling safe, has decided to move out of the house. He later catches up with her as they go for their first scan. Veronique tells him that for the time being, she wants some distance between them, but they will meet at the office. Dallas and Black Diamond learn from their sources that the one who came after them was not Peaches, but an OG who got released from prison some time back, and his name is Kane. Leon and Franklin, knowing Kane to be the brother of Kevin, decide to go to talk to him. Kane lets them know that they are not only responsible for his cousin's death, but after that, they never took care of his family, and now, he will be coming after them. Louis, getting to know that it was indeed Kane who came after them, wants to know when they are going to hit back. But Leon and Franklin are not willing to hit back as of now, as Leon feels that he can reason with Kane. While Jerome, knowing that Peaches stole from them, goes to look for him. Teddy is quite upset and angry with Franklin, as because of him, he was attacked. In addition, he is also not liking that his legitimate business is making the news. He lets Franklin know that moving forward, he will finalize the exchange location. In addition, he wants him to pull out of the real estate deal. Franklin refuses to pull out from the deal, as it is a legitimate business, and moving out now will make more noise. Teddy, feeling that he can no longer trust Franklin, asks Gustavo to help him in order to bug Franklin's home and office. But Gustavo turns him down. Leon sits down with Kane and is able to explain to him why it was necessary for them to stop Kevin. Though it was never their intention to kill him, and it was an accident. He offers him their product and lets him know that this will help him make money, and he will be able to take care of the family. Kane, hearing him out, agrees to back down. While Louis goes to Buckley and asks him if he can take care of Kane. Jerome, searching for Peaches, gets to reconnect with other vets. Though he is not able to find Peaches, but he learned that Peaches got addicted after being shot. He figures out that Peaches ran as he saw Franklin put down Rob for being addicted. Jerome, meeting with all the vets, he feels that he lost his way. Louis informs him that although they have a deal with Kane, she doesn't feel it will last, as eventually, Kane will come after them. Jerome tells her that he supports her in whatever she decides. In addition, he lets her know that he needs to get back to the community. He also asks Louis to marry him, and Louis accepts his proposal. Sissy goes back to Reuben and tells him that if he wants to find out about his son's contact, he should watch the wedding of Jerome and Louis, as everyone will be invited in it. Louis, knowing she has Jerome's support, tells Buckley to take care of Kane. She also reaches out to Teddy and asks to buy from him directly. Teddy agrees for the same, and they decide that they will inform Franklin about this after the wedding. In the wedding, everyone is invited, and we see Reuben watching them. We also get to see Tony, Lorena's DEA handler, surveilling the same. Scully spikes the chocolate with LSD to give everyone a good time. As a result, Franklin gets haunted by his past. He also threatens Teddy by calling him and letting him know that he will kill him. Teddy, getting a call from him, knows that he is not at home. He goes with Parissa to his house in order to install surveillance and to get the details of all his offshore accounts. He gives the details to an associate who lets him know that he will be able to transfer all the money from these accounts. While at the wedding, Leon expresses his feelings to Wanda and wants them to get away. As they get down from the high, Franklin apologizes to Louie, telling her that he was wrong and he should have treated her as a partner. And now, he is ready to correct his mistake. But Louie lets him know that it's too late, as now, she has her own path to follow. And we see Buckley going after Kane. But things don't go as planned for Buckley. Though he was able to shoot Kane, but in the process, his partner gets killed. With a police officer being dead, the raid is scrutinized, and Buckley is asked to take a drug test. Buckley, knowing that he will fail the drug test, refuses to take it. Thus, he is asked to hand over his badge and gun. His ex-wife also stops him from seeing his kids in that state. He later meets up with Louie and wants her to pay him. Louie tells him that he didn't got the job done, as Kane is still alive. But Louie, seeing Buckley spin out, assures him that he need not worry, as she is there and will take care of him. Teddy sells to Louie for the first time, and Gustavo, seeing Teddy sell to both sides, gets concerned. Teddy later goes to meet with Avi and wants to know from him if he can triple the shipment of guns he is sending. Avi tells him that if he has the money, he will get the guns. Leon, getting to know that Louie went after Kane, goes to Franklin. But Franklin refuses to get involved. Leon, knowing this, is disappointed. He also catches up with Wanda and tells her that he was serious when he asked her to get away, as he still loves her. While Franklin, in order to take a break, flies out with Veronique. He tells her that he is not a good man. Veronique shares with him about her past and lets him know that she knows that he is trying to change, and that is what matters. Veronique, seeing Franklin doubt himself, also pushes him and lets him know that he needs to win. Franklin, returning back, goes to see Louie and lets her know that he is okay with him going after Kane, and now he wants them to move forward. It is when Louie tells him that they will no longer be buying from him. Franklin, getting to know this, is quite angry, as she was the one to whom he supplied 90% of his products. And all the cities she managed to open were because of his ideas. But Franklin knows that he cannot do anything, thus he walks away. He later goes to Teddy and tells him that since he now has a new partner, he would like to move out of the business completely. Teddy tells the same to Louie, letting her know that now she will need to step up. We also see Teddy and Parissa growing on each other and getting intimate. Leon, getting to know that Franklin will be moving away from the business, also decides to move out, and he leaves with Wanda. In the morning, Franklin realizes that all the money from his offshore accounts is gone, a total of $73 million. In addition, if they are not able to pay the balance for the real estate project, they will lose their deposit of $6 million. Veronique also lets Franklin know that even if they liquidate all the assets they hold, they will still owe banks. Franklin knows that it was Teddy who took his money. He tries to connect with him in order to tell him that he wants to be back in business, hoping that this might make him return the money. Teddy denies taking his money, and as Franklin threatens him, Teddy lets him know that he still has a lot to lose. Teddy catches up with Havemeyer and tells him that the conflict in Nicaragua will soon be over, as the Contras are already pushing back, and now he will be sending them 3 times the shipment to support them for their final push. He also shares with him that he is in possession of $73 million and is willing to give some part of it in order to help the agency. Meanwhile, Gustavo learns from Xiomara that she found a listening device in her house. Knowing this, Gustavo wants her to pack, as they will be leaving. He tells her that she need not worry, as he has $13 million with him. As Gustavo collects the money, he is surrounded by the DEA, and Tony arrests him. On the other hand, Reuben was able to identify Avi at the wedding as the person who is running guns for Teddy. He goes to his warehouse to find out more, but Avi confronts him. Reuben was able to have an upper hand, and he grabs Avi. As he interrogates Avi, Avi lets him know that he is willing to give him anything, provided he assures him that he will allow him to leave afterwards. As Teddy goes to Avi, he finds his warehouse destroyed. He lets Havemeyer know that there might be a slight delay in getting things final. he later goes to Grady's house to get some documents and has Parissa as his lookout. But when Teddy reached there, Reuben was already there and was able to get to Grady's safe before him, all thanks to Avi. Reuben avoids Teddy, but as he was leaving, he spots Parissa. By the time Teddy got out, Parissa was gone. Avi tells Reuben that with the files he provided him, he can link Teddy with everything, but now, he is no longer in the CIA, and is just a contractor. Avi was hoping that after having the files, Reuben might let him leave, but Reuben puts him down. Franklin, not being able to get to Avi, goes to Louie and asks her to help him get to Teddy, but Louie, being in business with Teddy, denies. Franklin pulls a gun on her, but she came prepared, with Buckley now working for her. She lets Franklin know that she is allowing him to leave only because of Jerome. But the next time, she won't be so grateful. Franklin returns home and tells Veronique everything. He lets her know that he will understand if she would like to move out till he settles things, as now, the glove needs to come off. As Franklin leaves, we see Veronique calling someone and telling them that she is in trouble. While Franklin goes with Dallas and Black Diamond, and they rob Louie and Jerome, and join forces with Kane, as it was Louie who came after him. As the season ends, Sissy catches up with Franklin and asks him to make things right with Louie and Jerome. She also wants to know from him if he intends to go after Teddy, as she has friends that she made in Cuba who can help him with that. As Franklin asks her what kind of friends she made, Sissy lets him know that her friends are from the KGB, the Russian intelligence. Thanks for watching. And if you liked it, please subscribe.